Hi guys, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm, where my addiction's all over the internet. On this channel I do book hauls, book reviews of both digital and physical, audiobooks, and so much more. Hold on a second. Gotta have my tea. It's tea season. It's also going to the library season, for me at least. Because what I do during the summer is I go to the library a lot to get my books so that I can read something that didn't cost me $20 to get. During the winter time, I generally will float more towards ebooks from the library than going into the library because it's cold. I'm not a fan of the cold. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what I've noticed in BookTok creators and in BookTube creators, especially these content creators with large followings. And I wasn't going to do this video until later on this week, but I decided to go ahead and do it today because I have time. So one of the biggest problems that I've noticed in the content creator community is the staying away from the library. I was going to use a big fancy word and then I totally lost it. They treat the library like it's a disease. They don't like libraries. They can't stand them. They like to buy their books at Barnes & Noble. And they have noticed that if you go to Barnes & Noble, if you show yourself going to Barnes & Noble, that you're going to get a lot more views than if you showed that you have, that either you have very little money or you have a very tightly controlled budget. Yeah. So if you go to Barnes & Noble and you spend maybe $100, $200 on books, you're going to get the views. People are going to go and everything. If you go to the library, you probably won't get any views because nobody wants to see poor people in a shot. And I'm thinking, I didn't even film in the library. And it isn't because I didn't want people to see poor people. It's just that there was children there and I didn't want children to be in the shot. It's important to me to keep children out of my videos. That's why I didn't do it. It's summertime. There's children out. So I'm not going to film in the library where children are at. That is my own personal belief, my own personal view. I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill. But these influencers with these 500,000 followers, 600,000 followers, even 5-point-something thousand followers, I don't see them going to the library. I don't see library book hauls. I see brand new sparkly books, but not library book hauls. And it really, really ticks me off to no end. It absolutely does. Because you could easily use your subscribers to get people into the library, because libraries are seriously underfunded, especially now. So what I'm actually going to do, and I mentioned this last month, but I'm gonna read this book. I'm written and read. I'm currently on chapter 5. When I finish this book and say I have another book I have finished, I'm going to go back to the library. I'm going to go back to the library next week on my day off after I have been fully rested. And I'm going to return those books, and then if I happen to like the first book, I will go ahead and check out the second book in the series so I can continue the storyline. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to check out more books I'm just going to check out one book, and that's all I'm going to do. Because, in all honesty, I'm not going to have my book bag with me, my Barnes & Noble book bag. I'm not going to have my Barnes & Noble book bag. I'm just going to have the 2 books that I probably will finish, and I'm just going to come out with one. It's just like, just, oh man, it fucking pisses me off. I was on Book Talk, and for people that are wondering, I believe it's going to be June 19th or June 16th. Let me look that up. See here. See here. I'm trying to find it. Hold on a second. I think I found it. It's June 19th. June 19th. TikTok may go dark, and there goes your Book Talk. But the thing about Book Talk, especially if it goes away on the 19th, and then we can start saying Book Talk was, not Book Talk is. But Book Talk has the power to uplift authors that are like in the shadows and pull them up to the front. But a lot of those authors that publish books, their books are at the library. And people probably have read their books but done no book reviews and all that type of stuff. When you have content creators with this much clout not going into the library, not even promoting their local library, it tells people all they need to know about this person. You believe that because you make so much money off of ads and everything, that you are somehow better than other people. Because for you to keep your subscribers, for you to keep your money flowing, you have to buy the newest books. Because when you buy the newest books, people buy them, and that makes the publishing company more money. And this is this is important, because if they make more money, they'll print more books, and the author will make more money, and all that type of stuff. When you are at a library and you're checking books out, the author does not get any money every time you check that book out. They're fine with that. They don't care, because they've already gotten their money. I remember, I don't know who said it. But there was somebody who actually wanted to make it illegal. Make it illegal for people to check out free books, because claiming that every time a book is checked out, authors do not get money for that book. And authors are kind of like, what? They're like, okay, this gal does not represent us. But the thing about free books is that they're free. If they're good books, then definitely they're worth the free. But when you have people that they want that background of like shiny books, and the library just is not in. It's not cool to go to the library that has poor people in it. And it really irritates me to no end to have this kind of this kind of entitlement that just because you have a lot of money, that you have the right to look down upon people. And, thing about it is that we have such a bad literacy rate right now, that, that I don't think authors care about that. All they care about is you're reading their books. Anyways, I personally find this to be problematic when you have people that will not um, that will not promote their local library, that will not do anything. They would rather go to Barnes and Noble, buy their books brand new, and do book haul videos. And, in all honesty, I love Barnes and Noble as much as anyone. I do. But I didn't want to go on a lift today to Barnes and Noble. I did not want to go. So I took a lift to Target, and then I walked to the library, and it was a heck of a lot cheaper than going out to Barnes and Noble. Anyways, if you guys agree with me on this, or if you guys have a comment about this particular topic of booktubers and book talkers not going to the public library, I would love to hear it from you. I really would. Now, I will say something. I was on TikTok today, and I typed in library book haul, and there are people on TikTok that do library book hauls. They obviously don't get a lot of views, but it's great to see library book hauls on TikTok. It really shows that there is hope for the universe. But I think that when TikTok goes away, if it does go away next week, we will be stuck with booktubers that are doing the same thing that basically TikTok is famous for. Alright, so I will see you guys around. Bye.